Welcome to the special bonus Backrooms episode where we go into the background information of our favorite topics. I'm your host, Gabe.
And I'm your co-host, Matt.
And today's story is...
The Windigo. Not the
Tell us all
Wendigo.
about it.
Not the Wendigo. Hopefully you've come here from the main video. If not, here's a card. There's also a link in the description if you're on mobile, and an end screen at the end of the video.
Tell us all about this story here, friend.
Well, currently I have been awake for 48 hours. No. 20, 24, 20, something around there. Maybe more than that, like 30 hours.
Okay.
Because I listened to a creepy thing last night. You may have heard of it.
It's our intro music.
No. Well, it's made by the same person who made the intro music. But whatever you do, do not search up Everywhere at the End of Time, parts 1 through 6. Listen to part 1.
Creepy.
Listen to part 1. It's pretty good. Don't listen to part 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, though.
Sounds good.
Parts 4 through 6 are very boring.
Tell us about the Windigo story, because this is your story.
Yes. As was put on text on the screen at the end of the video, while a different song started playing than the creepy song that was playing throughout, you'll have noticed that. When regular caretaker came in and started playing, and on the screen there was text that said, "Thanks to Matt's grandfather for coming up with the story and telling it to him when he was a child." I am not aware if this might just be folklore. I don't know if he specifically made it up or not. Maybe he did. That'd be pretty cool if he did. But it might just have been folklore. But yes, my grandfather told me this story up in the woods when I went up there with him when I was like 5.
Yeah.
And it was pretty spooky. I think I added a few details. I don't think he was a rich man who never left his house. I think it was just a guy who just lived in the woods.
Yeah.
And then those people had something against him or something like that. The younger people who burned him.
Yeah. Well, it seems like folklore just changes over time.
Yeah. But this is a pretty cool piece of folklore. Yeah. And I don't think the location in the main episode is accurate to the folklore story, because what I used in the main episode was near Rat Lake, Minnesota, because that is where his cabin is, or soon to be my cabin.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, you told me about that
in 8 years.
You told me about that
on that land, and then
That's
I will
awesome.
have a cabin in the woods.
Nice.
But
where Windigo lives.
Yep. He promised me, though, do not bring people I don't trust up there. Because he's like, if you bring up people you don't trust and they're like, hey, I know my friend has this cabin up in the woods and it's isolated, we can go up there and party. And then it gets trashed.
So, i.e. myself, you should not invite me.
Yeah, I'm not going to invite you.
Because I'm extremely untrustworthy.
Yeah, he's like the biggest party animal.
Yeah.
This side of the Mississippi.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm known for my crazy behavior.
Exactly.
And wild demeanor. I'm a chaotic evil, if anything.
That's true. That's true. Fair point. Let's see. I remember we'd go up into the woods occasionally when I was a kid, and we'd see like giant birds' nests up in a tree.
Yeah.
And my grandpa would always say, "Look up there, it's the Windigo's nest." Check it out. Even though it's probably like an eagle or an osprey.
Yeah, probably. It's kind of like at the lake that my grandparents own. It's a real place, but like in the middle of the lake there's a small island. It's known as Bee Island because a long time ago my dad decided to canoe or kayak up to the island and explore it.
Mm-hmm.
And there were tons and tons of bees, and he got stung multiple times as he ran out of there. So it's now known as Bee Island.
What lake are you
It's
on?
kind of like that. I'll keep that secret. It's a special lake.
I'll pause the recording temporarily. Yeah, because it's kind of the same for my lake, too, because I have an island in the middle.
Yeah.
But I know we go to
So-
separate lakes.
Tell us, does your grandfather know that we narrated his story and put it online?
Nope, I'm going to surprise him with it.
Oh boy. He gets to hear me,
He'll be like,
Mr.
that's not you.
Burger King.
Well, why
Mr. Burger King foot lettuce looking
ASMR,
guy.
man.
Sound,
ASMR, mouth noises, man.
Mouth noises, chills wannabe, Billy Styler over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, everybody. I got bad sniffles. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah, I know how it is. I think we all know how it is.
Yeah. Is that about everything we had to say about this topic?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if there'd be anything else we can add. We just wanted
was
to put
the-
some background.
This was the
This is-
bonus episode.
Yeah, this is a bonus episode.
This is not
mostly-
an episode. This is a story.
Yeah, which is very near and dear to us. Or you, at
specifically
least.
me.
I just find it interesting because I'm kind of connected to it now.
In a way, you are.
Yes. I'm bringing it out there.
In a way, you
Into the
are.
world.
Yes. We're
Well, yeah,
bringing
it's a
it out
pretty
to
cool-
you. Who knows how many views this will get, but I don't care.
Maybe
As long-
5.
As long as it's out there. Yeah, at least 2. Me and you.
At least 2 views. Yep, at least. And
Me
your
and you,
grandpa.
that's about it.
And your grandpa.
But,
Right.
yeah. That's...
It's an interesting story that most likely isn't true, but it's still
Yeah.
very interesting and very...
I know.
close.
I had this book when I was a kid called like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. They made a movie off of it.
Yeah, yep.
And there was a story called The Wendigo.
Yeah.
And it was kind of similar. He had burning feet, but it
Yeah.
was not the same.
Maybe that's just a...
So,
Like,
like
just
my
a
grandpa's
similar
might have been a
folktale.
branch off of that one.
Maybe they're just different branches from the same tree. Like maybe there's just a certain like place or like a certain area that version of the Windigo came from. Like the story of that version
Oh, yeah.
came from.
Because,
Like let's say like northern, like north. I don't know, like just
the U.S. North.
yeah, just the northern U.S. area had that version of the Windigo, and then like other areas of the United States and Canada, Mexico, anywhere had their versions of it.
Potentially. Potentially.
It just happens that this area, like the northern Americas or U.S., has burning feet Windigo.
Mm-hmm. Because I know the Wendigo in like other places can be like a zombie, or can be
Yeah.
anything really.
Like a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Or is that
As we mentioned in the
Skinwalkers?
Fresno Nightcrawlers episode 2 months ago, we actually mentioned the Wendigo, and that was when I said we might do might do something on that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty
here we are
sure I
now.
said that. I'm
But
pretty
yeah,
sure I
this
said
is
that.
this is a little bonus for everybody to say thank you once again for all the support.
Yes. Thank
Even though
you.
we were gonna make this episode anyway, even if we weren't to the point where we were now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's
So
it.
thank you all for the support we've been given. We really appreciate it. The Nintendo Ninjas haven't caught Gabe yet, but
Nope,
they're
not
on the
yet.
way.
Probably.
They're gonna get you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
But anyway, thank you
Anyway,
guys for watching.
that's
The
everything.
Backrooms.
See ya.
Join us again in the Backrooms next season when we just go more and more obscure. Good night.
That's
ladies
everything
and
I have to
gentlemen.
say. Bye-bye.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Number 15, Windigo Story.
The last thing you'd want in your Windigo story is somebody's foot fungus.
the last thing you'd want